life. Okay. What's going on, people?
Make sure you put shrink wrap over those ends.
Oh, yeah.
Because that tape sucks. Yeah?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
so chatty.
So.
Oh, thinking words. So, all right. Well, good day, everyone, and welcome to 5 Minutes with 5 Star. We'll get it off right off the bat. Tonight, 6:30 Eastern, Facebook, Q&A, no guests. You guys get to ask all the questions you want. We're going to have lots of fun. What is Fernando doing behind me, you might be asking? He's getting ready to put a GB10. That's right, GB10. For those of you guys who don't know what a GB10 is, that's an Audio Frog 10 millimeter driver. Or I don't know. Anyways, it's this little cute guy here. Doesn't come, it's this guy.
GB25.
Oh, GB25. GB10 is the tweeter.
Yes.
Either way. So we got a GB25. My bad. So this is the cool little GB25. This is going up in the mid-range location here of this Porsche Cayenne. So I just got done making these panels for them. We got all the foam on here, so then it'll marriage up nicely with that. We had to mount it from the back side because we needed the extra space so that it'd be able to move without getting in the way of this grill right here, because this grill sits flush with these screw holes, so that would kind of suck. So always when you're making these cool baffles, make sure where you need to mount your speaker. Not necessarily on the front, sometimes you need to go on the back. So this is an 1/8 inch baffle, which brings us to, just break it. This is the 1/8 inch baffle, which you can kind of see there, that allows that speaker to sit about a 32nd of an inch down into here, which will clear this location. So that makes things real easy there. This isn't the one that goes in this door. I will set it over here next to the GB10. This is our GB10 tweeter that's getting ready to go in as soon as he's done over there. It has our foam so that the grill will match up to that in the dash. And I have my wires all set. That's gonna go right here in this location. Lots of fun there. And then we're doing the GB60 here in the door. We had to make a custom mount for that to screw it into place. It's 1/4 inch, 2 stacks of 1/2, and then an 1/8 to get it to the right depth so that it clears the window. And of course, we got a fast ring on there to get it right onto the door panel, perfectly set. All right, let me slip this guy around here. And then the real cool thing is Jeff Smith actually has these in his car. And we were talking today and I was like, hey, what are the crossover points? So I don't have to sit here and figure those out. So that worked out really well. Hey, Dean, hit a 150.73 on the dash today. Dang.
Wow.
That's loud. Yeah, it's going to be full active on this guy right here. So we're doing a JL VX 8. No, the I is at the end. It's 800.8i. So this is going to be powering the whole thing. It's 8 channels, 75 watts by 8, and that is going to be powering all 6 speakers up front, and then a 10-inch sub back in the back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Someone tried to call right when we're in the middle of a show. I'm sure it wasn't anything important. Have you guys ever hooked up a 4-channel to an LC2i? Yeah, that's actually, you could do that. You can use, it's 2 channels of input, and then you have 4 channels of output. 2 channels are the full range output. So if you are connecting it to a full range output, you can do this. So that's the key. Otherwise, yeah, so you'd have 2 full range outputs. So if you have full range coming in, you have full range coming out, and then you have the second set of channels, which is the subwoofer that has the AccuBass bass and all that stuff attached to it. And Fernando agrees. Do you put fast rings around the speaker or on the speaker? Around the speaker. Always put it around the speaker because you need to be able to service the speaker. And if you attach the fast ring to the speaker, if you ever have to service it, well, you have to throw away the fast ring. And that sucks, right, Fernando?
Oh, that sucks. Yes.
Yeah. You only do it once, and then you're like, oh, man. So the third piece, the outside ring, is big enough to slide over the outside. So we'll go back and take a look at that. So as you can see here, this is, the speaker is obviously stuck out a lot further, but this attaches here to this and makes it, so this is all solid plastic right here. But if we ever need to service the speaker, all we have to do is unscrew it and we can service it, and then put it back in place. Makes life easier. And then, so what's really neat about this Porsche is that it doesn't have the premium sound system. Okay, so check this out. This is the radio here. So it's just a standard little dinky Porsche radio. But this thing is powering 12 speakers. 12 speakers. So there's a 3-way set up front, and there's a 3-way set in the back. And that's what's powering everything. When we metered the radio, when we metered the plug here in the dash, every speaker tones off of here. So that is like the biggest deck power amp I've ran across. That's pretty freaking cool. Go Porsche, go. So whoever makes that radio for them, they need to get in touch with everyone else. That's pretty crazy. All right, let's scroll up here. Hey from Peru, what's going on?
What's up?
Mr. Install, what's happening? Bobby. What you guys use to wipe down inside door to prep for sound deadener? We use a rag. We just use a rag. Make sure there's, soap, water, and wipe it down. Get it all dried. Because this door was soaking wet when we brought it in because it's been raining all day. So we had to stick up in there and dry the whole thing out. Because you don't want to put that stuff on wet. And then that'll get all the dirt off. If it's a dry day, then we'll take a damp rag and do the same thing. We're just trying to get that over. Hey, Fernando, what you doing? So he's putting a connector onto the speaker. So these are the ferrule ends that will screw into here. These connect where that green positive and that green negative are. They screw in from the top, really tiny, so they need ferrules. And then this is going to be the connector that's attached to it because the speaker stays on the door. So just like the factory, all on plugs, we want to make sure that we can do the same thing. So if they need to service it, they can unplug this and they can unplug that and everything will be wonderful. Yeah, it'll be wonderful. So cool there. I know, right? Let's see. What's up from Best Buy install? Hey, what's going on?
Up,
Jeff was headed to the last Best Buy training of the year. He's so excited. Geek Squad in the house. What about using rear speakers for full signal on an LC2i? There again, when you're without testing it to see what it looks like, I can't tell you.
You actually have a full signal.
Yeah, so I mean that's what the RTA is for. Now, when we did the video last week, we put in the only video we did last week, which was an install diary. If you go back and watch that, in the show notes for that is a link to a how to build your own RTA. Kicker shows you how to do it. You can use an iPad, a couple cables, and a high level to low level adapter. Allows you to make your own RTA. Now you already have an LC2i, so really all you need is a couple cables, and you can turn your iPad into an RTA to see what that signal looks like. It's the hidden secret about car audio. See, we don't want you guys to know stuff like this, because then we walk in with our big $600 RTAs and stuff, and we're like, hey, we're so special, or we have our $2,000 RTAs. Speaking of RTAs, we just picked up a new one. This guy right here. This is the NTI Minilyzer ML1. This one's pretty cool. This one is actually an RTA, oscilloscope, pink noise generator. It's got a microphone, does XLR, RCA. It's got a lot of neat stuff. We just got this in last week. Works off 3 AAA batteries. Ken Ward over at Educar is a big NTI user, so I wanted to pick one up just to see how it works. So here's an image of all the things it'll do. So, because we want to be able to, if someone has that tool, be able to talk to them about it. So we picked one up. Yay. Best way to tune amp without the actual device normally used. Your ear? I mean, that's, at the end of the day, if you don't have any tools, the only tool you have with you is your ear. So if you know what you're listening for, you can pretty much do it. It's doable. 2019 Corolla hatchback components on front. Is it okay to put coaxials on the door ever if it has tweeters and dash? That's a great question. So the idea is, can I put a coaxial in the door and a tweeter in the dash, or leave the tweeter in the dash, put a coaxial in the door? So essentially you have 4 tweeters up front. Can you do it? Yes, you can do it. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Disadvantage, you're not going to be able to do any time alignment because that tweeter in the bottom of the door is totally going to throw everything off. What are the advantages of it? If you're planning on doing a loud system where you're going to maybe put 210s, 215s, or whatever, big speakers in the trunk, and you just want to be able to compete with them and hear your vocals, it's a great way to get a lot of vocal in the car because now you have 4 tweeters instead of 2. Rockford actually used to sell a set of 6.5s in the Punchline that came with 4 tweeters, so you could do exactly that. You could either make a coaxial that had 2 tweeters in the mid-range, a coaxial that had 1 tweeter in the mid-range, and then you could put the other tweeter up in the dash. And the whole idea behind it is to get maximum loudness. That's it. So is there anything wrong with doing it? No. I used to do it all the time when people were just like, I just want it loud. Here you go. You know, trying to get the sound up on the dash and main vocal and all that stuff, that's not going to happen. It's just going to sound like left sound, right sound. Here we go. What's up? Nothing. Hi, Fernando.
Hi.
Did you try the bit tune yet? No, we haven't had time. We did get it updated and it's all set, ready to go, but it has been just busy. It's just been crazy last couple weeks since we got it. And right now it's kind of on the bottom of my list of things that I need to worry about because I'm trying to get the laser software taken care of. I feel that's more important. So this weekend when I had some time, it was dealing with that. And so for the foreseeable future, I'll see that. Jeff wants to play with it. So if he comes by one day, maybe we'll just sit in the bay and go crazy. But that probably won't happen until after SEMA when they get back from that. No, we're not going to SEMA. What do you think of SoundSkin brand? Is it okay? Is there a better brand? I mean, we use Roadkill. So that's the brand of choice that we use. According to John Catalano that was so excited and wants to do a video on us, they say their stuff is the best, but I'm pretty sure everyone says their stuff is the best. SoundSkin is a good brand, and I don't think you have to worry about it peeling off. And at the end of the day, that's kind of the thing you have to worry about. What's up from Jersey in the house? So, Dean, you went to hockey on Saturday. What did Fernando do? Birthday? Or was that Sunday?
I went to a birthday, yes.
He had his birthday party?
Yeah.
So he got cake shoved in his face and had the mariachi singing him happy birthday.
Ooh, that was good.
His wife live streamed the whole thing. I got stuck listening to country music and having some guy shaking his nuts behind my head.
Oh, wow.
You didn't see the picture?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Not really.
Sure.
Never heard of him. Jacksonville in the house. What's the video title on the RTA video? Just go back into the playlist, go sequentially. It was like Friday's video. So it's like if you go back, there's only like 2 other videos. It's like, just go to YouTube, go to the uploaded. I don't know what it's called. Something about a 2018 Honda Accord. I forget the names, man. There's too many of them. Even though I just did it, I still forget the name. How can I fit a K2 Focal and a 2017 Jetta? Ooh.
Spacer?
So we did a Jetta. The Jetta we did where we showed you how to wire up an amplifier. That had a set of flax. And that was a 3-way set of flax. And let me tell you what, that was a torturous endeavor because we had to fit the crossovers in the door because there was really no way to run wires to the door that we could see at the time. Not saying there isn't, but it was really tough. And the Jetta mounts their factory crossovers for their 3-way set goes in the door. So it was a real pain in the butt trying to get that all to fit in there. We managed to do it, but the crossovers for those are a lot smaller than the crossovers for the K2s. So my guess is getting them to fit isn't going to be the hard part. Running the wires to the door is. And that's just going to take time. Do you have a video of that? No. An F-150, you time align the rear speakers. I can't hear them in the front as they play low. I set the gain with a 0 dB test tone and a negative 5 in the front. Yeah, that's not too bad. We still go ahead and measure them and add delay to them, even though they are low, just because it's what you do. They don't need it's an effects channel, so you could get a weird sound effect if there is a song that it is going to be heard from. So just add in the extra measurement. It's not that hard. You'll be okay. Happy Monday! Oh, it's 63 in Missouri. Well, that's cool. Just watched the Rescue 911 on the maroon Hyundai. Fantastic. Yeah, that was torturous. I love the show. Thanks for making a platform where guys like me who don't know much have learned so much watching you guys. And we're glad you do, because it's a lot of fun for us too.
Yeah.
When's the RAM install with the Foxbach going to be put up? There was no video for that one. We didn't film that. We just showed you guys on here. So as far as hearing it and whatnot, I don't even know. Do we have? I don't know if there is a video. Isn't it linked to it on their site? Was that the 4th? That was the 4th. Okay. We'll do one next time we do one. We'll just do a video on that, show everyone how to do it. I have a question. Can you go into detail on how to run speaker wires through a door boot? The grommets where they are plugged into have no room. How do you guys pass wire through these? All right, so it really depends. Like, this is a 2013, and like I said, the tweeter, the mid, and the mid bass were all on one wire coming from the radio. Here's the boot right here. Let me get a light here. Okay, so if you'll notice on this particular vehicle, there's all these open holes. And then there's these two right here. Porsche used the same harness pins in their harness as they use for behind the radio. So we were able to just grab one of these harnesses, pull the pins out. These are our pins here. So this pin here and these two over here that are just hanging out. We had male and female adapters that we could just attach into this, and now when we plug this all back together, we have our 4 wires for these 2 sets of speakers. Sometimes, most of the time, we don't get that lucky. So what you have to do then is you have to drill out some of these unused holes. So you have to feed wire through these holes on both sides, and then make your connection up here in the kick panel. That's called the drilling. Now, some of these allow you to, when these clip back in, that there's holes like this where you see, like, let's say the wire, this doesn't fill the whole gap. There's a gap here, in which case you can run wires through this, around the boot, as it's called. So there's 3 ways right there in which this can happen. You can either, in some cases, you can go under, you can go through with an actual plug, or you have to drill holes. So like in this one, there's almost no wiring in here. So there's plenty of space. This whole bottom of the door panel right here, or this whole bottom of the clip, we could get in here with a Dremel tool and just square out this whole piece so it's a nice big hole about that big. And we can run all the wire we want through that. And I hope that answers that question and makes everything wonderful. Well, that's it for today, guys. We got to get back to work. Thanks so much for chiming in and asking questions. Don't worry, tonight, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back on Facebook answering your questions, having a good old time. That's 6:30 Eastern Standard, just in case I didn't say it twice.
Yeah, you said it twice.
Perfect. We'll talk to you guys tonight.
Bye.
Bye. Morning, buddy. What do you got for breakfast, man?
I have cheese.
Cheese? That apple strudel?
Pastry.
Oh, no. Is
No.
that a pumpkin spice?
No.
I mean, you look like a pumpkin spice kind of guy with that watch.
No, I
Look at
don't.
that watch band. You gonna take it off today?
I'm gonna take it off today.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, you should take it off now while we're talking about it. Never wear jewelry while working on cars, people. It's bad. Especially rings. Is that a little pumpkin?
Yeah.
You're gonna use a marker and draw a scary face on it?
I'm gonna use it today.
Aw.
Not today, but yeah.
You drinking pumpkin spice coffee?
No, just regular coffee. Black coffee.
Whoa, excuse me.
All right.
Porsche's
This
done.
is what we have. Yep.
Just stayed late last night to get this all tuned up and ready to deliver this morning. We thought we'd come on this morning,
It
and
was really good.
the picture was good. The picture was good. But let's take an actual video of it. So in the dash, so these are floor mats, believe it or not. Like, and you ordered these on
Right here.
eBay.
If you actually wanna
Yeah, look at that. So
ordered
if you-
it,
Yeah, you can order these. You got them on
luxury
eBay.
auto.
And they weren't expensive, but it goes throughout the whole car. I've seen them where they've stitched those, and I was like, dang,
I
those
see
are
this in the
expensive.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Either way, not
Alright.
my taste, but
Alright, so
that's
we
okay.
have the GV10s.
Yep, they went up there
and the
nicely.
tweeter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's back in their factory with our makeshift fast rings.
GV25.
There again, that mounted on with all that foam.
Yeah. And the GV60s.
So it all went in there nice and pretty. And then in the dash, check out this dash kit. This is a German dash kit. It's stupid expensive because I'm guessing they put Porsche on it, but this is the 4500. And so this went in there like a dream. So like this pops off, this pops off. There's 4 little clips here that you have to do to get this off. And there's just 4 screws that hold the radio. They don't make a smart harness for this, so you do have to tap a fuse over here in the accessory, but there is an open fuse. We've got plenty of videos showing you guys how to do that cool feature. But
make sure you test it first.
Yeah. Oh, and then check this out. So he put the cigarette lighter, USB, and of course the trim light still works. He spent way too much time getting that to work. Right?
Yes, sir.
But anyways, let's scroll on back here. Let's wave. Hey.
Got it?
Yeah. I'll open this guy up. Nope, maybe not. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta pull it. All right, come on.
Okay.
All right, let's try it again. Come on, one more time. There we go.
I got you, bro.
So he didn't want a ton of bass at all. He wanted very little bass. He wanted to originally go with something over here, but then couldn't find anything. So he was like, do this. And we're like, okay. So if you'll notice this bracket right here, it's flushed up against the seat. So we made a bracket that attaches inside of this and then screws into the top of the box and holds it in place. And believe it or not, this is a ton of bass for what he's trying to do. So this is just a fully active 3-way set up front where you have just the GB audio frog stuff up front, this guy here in the back, and then of course, go ahead and open that for me. Ta-da! So here we go. Here's the JL VXI 808. What we did from the side profile, you can see here. Of course, we loomed all the cool wiring. It comes power wires down the driver's side. Signal is over here down the passenger side. They have a bunch of really weird connectors, so we wanted to keep those out of sight because it's like this, but 10 times worse. So we hid them behind here so you don't actually have to see them. But we build these bridges to raise the wire up so that the signal, so that the power wire could pass up underneath and be tucked out of the way. No, we got plenty of light.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. And then we did the same here because we put the amplifier up on 1-inch risers. Now, as a trick to do risers, when you guys are doing distribution blocks, like 4 to 8 or 8 to 0 or 4, the spacers that allow you to get different sizes, we save all those.
All of those.
All of those. So if you come over here, these are all the spacers. These are all the downsizers out of fuse holders. Now, obviously, we can use them if we're doing a distribution block and we need a smaller size wire to put in there. But we like to save them because they make great amplifier spacers. And they look really sharp, as you can see. Like, it's a tapered look, it's finished. You just turn the screw hole to the inside so that you can't see it. And then you have a nice riser up here. We wanted to make sure that the amplifier got plenty of air. I don't know how these are with air, but it is going to be inside this cavity here. So I didn't want it just cooking on the bottom of the amplifier. There's a couple holes in there, so it seemed to make sense. Because we did that, we wanted to make sure we didn't like stress this style cable that they have here. JL uses this printer cable for their RCA inputs. And so it kind of worked out because the power had to go down this side, so that allowed us, we have plenty of gappage there and here. And then we continued the look all the way up the side with the speaker wires because I didn't want to put these connections up against this. So we spaced that out so that we got the nice look. And then you have the left or the right side and the left side going that way. And then conveniently enough, behind here, there's a route that the wire can go up and into. And then everything terminates in the kick panel where we ran new wires into the door, which we showed you on Monday. And if you missed the Monday one, check out the 5-minute recap this weekend, and we'll have that one on there. But yeah, so we just wanted to make sure. And of course, this is the first time we've done a laser, this is a laser cut logo. We talked about doing that on the last car. We just didn't have it done in time. So this time we got around to doing it because I had Sunday to play with it. And so there we go. And of course, Fernando wanted it 6 times bigger, but I was like, slow it down. It doesn't need to be that big.
I want it big.
Now, as far as these amplifiers go, we're not a JL dealer, obviously, you guys know that, but it uses the same software that the
86.
Tweak 86 uses. So that's a nice thing. It is Mac compatible, which in my book makes it, pretty awesome there. Way to go, guys.
So now you're a pro, man.
And it's fully functional. We'll probably do a software review on one of these, maybe this Saturday, just because it's fresh in my mind. Sounds like a good idea. I was thinking about that last night when I was going to bed.
Okay.
There's no video today, by the way, guys.
No.
There's no video today. Last night, the girls are going out of town for a week, so I wanted to spend the time with them. Plus, we were here late last night, kind of screwed everything up. But so there'll be no video today. Might not be videos this week at all. I don't know, because the girls are gone, so I might be doing some other stuff at the house.
Running.
Well, yeah, I'll be doing a lot of running, because I don't have to worry about that. But we have Haley's car.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking Echo Master.
Hey, that's good. Yeah.
Because we got to get those videos from. But so I'm thinking this Saturday maybe we'll do a JL software review and just kind of like talk about their software and give you guys a good idea of, because I know a lot of you guys are big JL fans, and the software, just the basic setup of the software is a real pain in the keister.
It's kind of confusing.
So if we can make that easier for you in some way, then we'd love to. I mean, it's just a parametric EQ on that side, so that's pretty simple. But getting to that point, this Saturday we'll do a JL Audio software review on the show, and that'll be fun. But let's take one final look at this before we sign out. Thanks for tuning in, obviously, early this morning. But so we have the VXI amplifier. We're in Florida, so you got to make bridges. And then, so we'll scan back here. So we got a nice look here, and then this covers up, and we're good to go. It's all good, all hidden. And of course, he's got more of this stuff that goes all over this. He just took it out for us, so that was nice of him. Anything you want to add there, buddy?
Okay. I mean, sound.
Oh, it sounds great, dude.
That's what's most important. It sounds really good.
So I will say Andy over at Audio Frog makes an amazing speaker. If you have the money and you can afford it, by all means, pick yourself up some Audio Frog. The GB stuff is great. Now, this crossover, we just packaged them up, but God, these things are massive. It's the only crossover I've ever seen that has tweeter attenuation from 0 to 12 dB and every stop in between. But you can buy the speakers a la carte, so like you can buy the mid-bass, you can buy the mid-range, you can buy the tweeter, you don't need the crossovers. I would strongly recommend, if you're going to do these, going active. Crossover points are really simple. It's 3,500 on the tweeter, 3,500 to 300 on the mid-range, and 300 to 70 on the mid-bass. That's what Mr. Jeff Smith, who has that same set of speakers in his car, was like, hey, do this. And I was like, thank you, because I didn't want to do the math. So I cheated a little. It's okay. And those crossover points were perfect and sounded. Oh, of course, 24 dB Linkwix Riley. Nothing else. That's what you want. So that's all 24 dB Linkwix Riley. So we just gave you the cheat sheet. How do they compare to Focal? It's a totally different sound, my friend. It's a totally different sound. That GB10 tweeter is a big dome tweeter, and it sounds so nice. The question should have been, how do they compare to Morels? Because that's going to be a tough one for sure. Now, at the end of the day, I'm always going to pull my Morel card because I'm a huge fan, but I'm doing a blind taste test, man. It's tough.
Like the speakers sound amazing.
Sun just came up. Yeah, they're just amazing. I mean, the thing is, when you're talking about two shining stars, I was thinking about a change of topic real quick, but it kind of all pulls into play. Okay, things that I love in life. Let's look at the calendar real quick. Okay. October, Sylvester Stallone, Rambo.
Oh, okay.
November. No. There's because there's a point to this. Okay. November. Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. December, Star Wars.
Yes.
Those are three things in life that I love more than anything else, and I can love three things. Okay? So when you guys say what's better, there is no such I love them all. Okay? I wish I had 10 cars so I could put 10 different stereos in them, because I'm not bound by
it just I believe that it's hard for us working on
I love
different
dude,
brands.
It's well, that's
and you're
what's
able
great.
to hear that, and it's
sad
hard
thing
to
is-
pick one and say
So-
that's it.
Like, Haley has the KS in her car. Eventually, I'll put the Morello in my car. I'm going to put a totally different system. If I ever do anything in Sue's car, a totally different system in her car.
Right.
Because I got 3 cars.
Maybe
You need
Addison?
3 totally different systems. Oh, yeah, I know.
Addison.
Because that's the thing, man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
oh, yeah.
if you drink Coke and you're only a Coke drinker, that's cool, man. Every now and then,
Oh no, I drink.
You
Pepsi.
gotta have,
I drink
like,
different
other
things.
things.
Yes, and
So-
like we say, we appreciate everything.
yeah, but
doesn't
these
matter.
were really good. So
This one's
this was
really
definitely a
good.
9 on our scale of 1 to 10 favorite cars.
Yes.
What we've got to tune.
This
This is
is-
definitely a 9.
Oh,
Yeah, way to go, Andy. Love these things.
Way
These are
to
good. Really good. What else you got?
Nothing. Let's go back to work.
Yeah, it's true. What's next? I have no idea. We haven't even talked to Paul yet. I came in this morning early to do my final listen through this, just to, because I was here to about 8:15 last night. We did a final tune, and then buddy Andrew was up here, and he wanted to listen because he's a big fan of Audio Frog, and I was like, dude, I got some. You want to hear him? And he's like, yes. So he came up, and we sat here, and we listened to it. I finished tuning it and about 8 o'clock, and then we listened to it till about 8:15, and I was like, all right, I gotta get going, man. So anyways,
All right.
it's Wednesday, it's the beginning of the day. Who knows, maybe we'll do a later one if we have something interesting, but we just wanted to show you
Interesting than this.
I don't think it's
today.
even more interesting than this. We just wanted to come on and give you
Yeah.
guys a quick overview of this guy
An
here.
update.
We showed you the picture last night,
That
so
was really neat.
yeah, it's
All
fun.
right, guys.
All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Yeah. Bye. Hey, man, you in there? All right. What? Just checking. Oh, got your phone. Good Friday, everyone, and how's everybody doing today? Hopefully I'm on the right. Yeah, I gotta be. Did you get a notification?
Yep.
Perfect. We're where we're supposed to be. What's going on, everyone? There it is. There's the toy that I've been playing with all week so far. And today was no exception to the rule. We got to use lasers today. We're working on a Corvette. Hey, buddy.
I was taking a nap, man.
Did you wash your hands? Oh, you're washing your hands. Okay, good. just checking. So we just got done putting this 9906, there we go, in this Corvette. And naturally, there's many cool things about Kenwood, but one really cool thing is they actually give you both of your USBs. So it's not like Pioneer or Alpine that just gives you one. Pioneer has 2, but they just give you 1 cable. Alpine just has 1, so they give you 1 cable. But Kenwood has 2 and gives you 2 cables. And so we made this guy right here, and we left the rings around them so we knew that this was USB 1, this was USB 2, so this is gray, this one's black. And then, of course, we added the cool little Corvette logo to it, painted it shiny black. And now we have our own custom that we know will work dual USB adapter. How awesome is that? So we didn't have to cut anything on the car. It comes in through the hole where the factory cigarette lighter was at, or power port if you're a noob to the whole driving thing. And that was it. Did that make you happy?
That was my day. It's so happy.
Yeah. It only took 4 tries to get it just perfect. So we're learning.
We learning?
Yeah. So we have a couple of the here's a couple of the goof ups right here. So here's some of the this one was right on.
You have the book for it too, will that be in the
Yep. We're giving you everything.
I'm giving you, okay, all I have to do is read.
All you got to do is read. Actually,
And comprehend.
yeah. Don't we have a video on that one? Do we have a video on this one? We have a 99. I think we have a video on. We might have a video. I don't know.
I'll look.
Okay.
All right.
So like all the 9 Series high-end CarPlay wireless
Did you already
systems.
download it?
Is it done? All right,
you
here.
download it?
Here, you hold the phone. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. There's a brand new update for it that allows you, which we did a video the other day on how to do this. So now you don't have to hook up the VSS wire if you don't want to. It also adds improvements in speed and whatnot. So we're done with the car. So we're in the process of adding that in. Now the 996 and the 9906 are 2 different updates, of course. So They both work the same way. It's just you can't use one without the other.
All right. So what do you think about the Pioneer DSP add-on using with the 600EX? The Pioneer.
Well, the 600EX.
I'm sorry.
Say, what
Yeah.
are you looking at, my balls? The 600EX and that both have the same DSP. The only difference is when you plug in your phone, it gets a 31 band EQ.
Against the
But no. I mean, for what it costs, you could spend $100 more and get a DSR1. Get the DSR1, because then you can actually have 8 channels of output, 31 bands on times 8 for an EQ, full DSP, full time alignment for 8 channels. Has setup modes that are easy, so if you don't know what you're doing, you can just hit buttons. But the Pioneer calling it a DSP is disrespecting DSPs. I mean, I'm gonna say it. It's not a DSP. It's an overglorified, which there again, it costs like $100 and something bucks. So all they did was take the EQ section that they make out of a radio and put it in a box, and not give you the radio and charge you more money. So that's that. But if you've got one of you've already got it. You don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you keep customer car lights from dimming?
Yeah, good luck with that, especially nowadays with the power that these cars have. They don't have a ton. Things have gotten more efficient over the years. So, back when I started, you had these, like the amplifier, like the Orion 225 HCCA on the wall over here. That drew a tremendous amount of current, put out at 400 watts, and that would dim your lights. Put two of those in a car, lights are dim. We knew.
Scotland.
Huh?
No, Scotland in the house.
We knew that we had to put batteries in cars. Like, that was just a gimme. If you put 1,000 watts, you put in a battery. Wasn't even a question. Nowadays, you have these amplifiers that are way more efficient and don't draw as much power. But then again, you also still have like the big amps, like the Scars and all those lines of amplifiers that still draw a lot of power. To make power, you gotta have power. So when you get your big Korean amplifier, you better get a big battery to go with it. So buy multiple batteries. Now, if you can't go out and afford a McMahon alternator, or they don't make one for your car, then what you have to do is hope you park it in the garage and you buy a Stinger power supply and you charge it maybe once or twice a week, and that's it. So just like we run our displays over there, we have Stinger power supplies that do that. You plug it in at night, and when you come out the next morning, you unplug it, your battery's topped up, ready to go, you drive for a couple more days. It's the easiest way to do it, as far as keeping it real. If you're super worried about it, get a more efficient amplifier.
There you go. All right.
Keep talking.
Let me see.
You
I got
might
another
wanna
one.
Change the image towards yourself.
No. Why would I want to do that?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I don't know.
Sexy beast.
I don't want to do that. All right. So I have another one.
Go
It
ahead.
says for Dodge, Ampro or DSR1. It's a
Ooh.
2019.
Okay.
It's a Challenger
Okay.
Alpine 9 speaker system.
Okay.
It's an Alpine, so
So the real question is, if it's an Alpine, you can go AR.
AR.
You go
full,
DSR1.
yeah. If you're not, you can still use the
Well, you can still use
Amp
the
Pro.
So
Yeah.
the advantages of a DSR1 over an Amp Pro is that you get the DSP.
Yeah.
The advantages of the Amp Pro over the DSR1 is
You can
go
pick.
with any DSP you want.
You can pick anything you want.
So
Yeah.
if you're looking at the AR because they're about the same amount of money and you're not planning on getting into a more complex DSP, then buy the DSR1 so at least you'll have a DSP.
Right.
Now, if you're planning on doing something like, let's say, audio control DM 61200, okay, that has the audio control DSP built into it, so you wouldn't need to have that. You go the other way. So really what it comes down to is the deciding factor when choosing between the two should be space. With the DSR1 AR combination, you can pull out the factory amplifier and it gives you room. So like if you're going to do like a Forza or something like these small footprint amplifiers, you could probably put a Forza where the factory amplifier goes and not lose any room. So that would be why you would, well, no, because then you need, no, so you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go.
Never mind. Okay.
Never mind.
Never
So,
mind.
okay. Comes down to room. It still comes down to room and DSP.
And what are you trying to do? Definitely, because like we say,
Well, the
if
other thing
you
too-
wanna,
Well, the other thing too, like we had a guy come in the other day that wanted to do AR, and he wanted to take the factory amp.
What's up, Bobby?
Bought the DSR1. He's actually using the DSR1 as his preamp into his DSP. So because he needed 12 channels of output, and the DSR1 only has 8, so he's using the DSR1 as basically the line level output, and it also gives him the basic EQ. It's actually called the basic EQ, 7 bands, and so he can use that as the global EQ going into his DSP. So the DSP he bought was a 6 to 12.
you're gonna
So
do
he's
that.
feeding that 6 to 12 input into that, giving him plenty of power.
Yeah.
He took the keys.
Why would you take the keys?
Because he takes the keys.
Oh.
Because everyone takes the keys. All right, let me go grab the keys.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's up, Greg? Bobby's in the house. What's going on? Wow, woofer sounds good in a prefab band pass.
What's the question?
So you made boxes before,
Yes.
like band passes.
All the time. It's the most common thing. I'm sure
Any
they love
subwoofer.
looking at the car.
Yeah. Okay. Any subwoofer that you recommend for
A band pass?
a band pass, a
Uh,
prefab?
So if I was gonna have to make another band pass, I would try to find a woofer that has a small surround, something that isn't. So like if you look at like a sundown woofer with a big surround like that, those typically aren't the best woofers to put into small size band passes. You can put them into the big truck walls that it's kind of a band pass, but it's a big truck. So if you want to build a more reasonably sized band pass, you want to look for something that has a smaller surround on it. Those worked really well back then. Yes. So I would think of something maybe like a Kicker Comp R that has a normal surround on it, but anything like that isn't super long throw.
All right. Do you recommend the polyglass?
The polyglass.
Focal.
What's
That's
still
the
made
that's
on
the
polyglass? Is that the flax?
that's
Is
the
that
entry
generic
level.
flax? No.
That was not the
polyglass.
first one.
Well, the original polyglass.
Yeah.
I hated them. I was not a fan of the original polyglass from many years ago. I know the flax was based on the polyglass.
But it's
I think
different.
you could still get some of the. I think the.
You say, do you
entry-level-
recommend them?
I don't like. I never liked the polyglass. Personally. Are we still looking at me, or are we still looking?
No, I'm still looking at
Okay,
you.
just
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in camera, man.
All right, just checking.
You're in camera.
All right.
All right. So it says, I think Ampro. It is science I would like to do audio control amps with the DSP. Thank you, guys. So yeah, definitely Ampro, and you can add the audio control amplifiers with the DSP, and that will be awesome.
Yeah. Make sure to get the T harness for it. So, Amp makes. Do we have any of those here?
Which ones?
The T harnesses.
For the
Amp Pros.
no,
We don't?
no,
Really?
no.
So Amp makes a whole line of T harnesses
Yeah.
for those, so that you can. Well, here's the. It's called an APH. So like this is the GM. So they make an APH for Chrysler, so it'll be an APH CH.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the fire trucks.
All right, so hello from New York. What's going on? I have a Hertz 3-way set in the front and rears. What DSP will be nice?
I mean, if we're doing Hertz, so the Hertz is only 8 channel, and the Audison is 12 channels. So if you pick up a Bit HD, that's going to be 12 channels of output and be the last DSP you'll ever buy. So it just depends on how many channels you have.
Do you
So
have?
Like, if you have a 3-way active set up front, there's 6 channels. If you have rear, there's 8. Sub, that's 9. So there's 9 channels. If you have coaxials, that's 11. So it all depends on how much power you have going to them.
Yeah.
So that's how you decide what DSP should go.
How many channels do you have?
Yeah.
How many channels
so, like,
do you need?
The cheapest 12-channel DSP that you can get right now is going to be the Alpine PXE. It's going to be this guy, the Alpine PXE 0850S. It's going to be your cheapest 12-channel DSP. Aside from that, though, I would get into the Audison Bid HD, and it's expensive. It's double the price of that one. That's 6 channels.
No, but the other one.
Well, they make
the big one, the big one. Yeah, Helix
make
make awesome DSPs, you know. So this is the Mini.
Right. The only reason why I said that was because he already has the Hertz.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
A lot of people like to keep it all in the family.
Correct.
What are we looking at?
No, I'm just.
You got if you're gonna you gotta read and hold.
I'm reading and holding. Look at that Helix. Yeah. What do you think about the?
Are we still looking at the Helix?
I'm coming Sony 8000.
The Sony 8000?
Uh-huh.
I don't have any thoughts on that.
No?
I don't know. I mean,
we don't have it, so no.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, it's a Sony. They're all built on the same platform. If you like one, you like them all.
And that's a big Sony, so it's pretty cool.
I mean, I've seen it 3-4 times now.
Yeah.
So,
there you go. I'm tired with my hands.
Oh, your arms are sore? See, this ain't so easy. Quality Mobile Video did a review, I think, of it. So if you want to get a more in-depth review, a more in-depth feel of how it all goes together, check out the Quality Mobile Video. There you go. It's a big shout out. Hey, from Iowa. Oh, what's going on, man?
Cool.
Iowa. I think about you every time I go running. I have to go back on the same side of the road as I did when I came up. Yeah, this is done. We just need the thumb drive out of it, and we can get it out of here.
Okay.
So that's all you, bro. All right. Yay! All right. So, was that all the questions you got so far?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thank you, sir. We're trading off. Now, for those of you that are wondering why we haven't had any videos this week, Nando's pretty face. Oh, they like your face. Is the T-harness you recommended for the Amp Pro if you want to maintain the original speaker wire? Yes. So what it is a T-harness for back at the amplifier, because to do an Amp Pro, the factory amplifier has to stay active in the car. So in order to get to your speaker wires, they make a T-harness so that it plugs into the amp and then gives you all the wires out so that you can do all the neat thing. Brooklyn in the house.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. He's all set. Dude, and wireless CarPlay actually worked in this. I was shocked. I've never actually seen it. So that was pretty dope.
Wireless Android Auto.
I meant wireless Android Auto. I have wireless CarPlay. I'm holding an iPhone. It kind of screws with your head. I know, shush. Anyway, so the reason why we haven't had any videos this week, if you guys follow me on Facebook, you've kind of seen that I've gone on a rampage of running. The girls are gone, which allows me to just stay out late and run. So last couple days, that's what I've been doing. Thanks. What's up, guys? Quick question. Infinity Kappas or Focal Flax? Does Focal justify the price difference? I'm going to say yes. Focal definitely is worth it. I mean, yeah, it's totally worth it. I have nothing against the Infinity, Harman, JBL, all those fun speakers. They're really nice, and we've done some work with them in the past. The rep for them is Bill, and you know, we have a good relationship with those guys. But Focal is definitely going to be the winner. Winner. Why did I say winner? I feel like I'm going through withdrawals, need vids. Trust me, and I can appreciate that, and we want to get back to the vids. I needed me time. I'm trying to get to a certain mileage before the end of the year, and because summer here was brutal, I lost a lot of ground. So now that they're not there, like last night, I didn't get in until almost like 10:30, so it was a really long run. But yeah, trying to maintain. Trying to have fun, trying to get those miles in. Gotta get your steps in, as they say. But yeah, don't worry. Next week we'll be back to normal thing there. Everything will be good. Yeah, you know, just needed a little bit of me time, as it were. Meow, purr. Oh yeah. So we were talking about the laser earlier. So here's a couple of the samples. So this one was the first, and the hole was too small. This one, the hole was the right size, but it needed to shift over. And I had made it was supposed to be like this, but I'd flipped the logo when I was doing it. So yeah, it's a little bit of fun. Taking a minute or two to get used to. All right, here we go. Sorry for the question, but if I want to run new speaker wires, do I need the T-harness, and will anything happen if I run new wires? Nothing will happen if you run new wires. I will say that it is going to be a challenge to get new wires in there, but other than that, no. If you want to do all new wiring, it's no problem. Do all new wiring. You don't need a T-harness. You'll be fine with there. Double vids, maybe? Probably not, because having enough time just to make one a night is a struggle as it is. Hello from Panama City. But, you know, Mark came out with a video this week. So, I mean, you could always go check out Car Audio Fabricator's video on the 2000 or the 2020 Supra. That was pretty cool. And for those of you guys that caught early on in the week when we got done with the Porsche, it also had the VXI 808 in it. So, and if you remember back to Monday, which seems like a month ago, we said we were going to talk about the audio control operating system as far as the DSP goes on Saturday's show. So tomorrow we're going to do that for you guys. We're going to walk you through the basic setup on the VXI, which is also the same for all those other JL products like the Fix and all the other VXI stuff. So
right in the middle.
I'm sitting right in the middle.
In the bay.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll go ahead and we'll have those, or tomorrow when we do the live show, we'll spend the first half of the show talking about the JL software and how all that works. So for those of you guys that were interested in, possibly getting into the VXI amps and aren't familiar with it, we'll take you through it. Hello from the beep capital of the world. Hello. How important is it to have a DSP in my system, considering the fact new radios such as the Alpine ILX have crossovers, equalization, and time alignment built in? That is a wonderful question, and one that we struggle with daily. So the real thing comes down to how much control you actually want to have. If all you're looking to do is do a little bit of fine tuning and bring the stage up from the floor onto the dash and do a little bit of mixing, that EQ processor that's into it is wonderful. It's when you realize that you're going to eventually, like if you get in it, you listen to it, and you're like, oh, that's cool, I'm happy, done, call it a day. There are limitations to it, though. So, like, if you look at your signal with an RTA and you're trying to really figure out why things are doing what they're doing, and you see these holes and gaps and things are loud and things are not, when you only have 9 bands of parametric, limited parametric on the Alpine, you sometimes have issues. And having more control is good and bad. So that's why it's one of the things that we struggle with. Given the opportunity, if you come to me and say, what should I have? Should I have a full DSP and the radio? I'm going to tell you to have a full DSP and the radio, because what the radio allows you to do is once you set up the DSP and you fixed all the problems, which is what a DSP does, you can still use the EQ in the radio to fine-tune the system. So as a global EQ, if you want a little more mid-range, you want a little bit of treble, you want a little less treble, you can still do all that, and all your staging will stay the same. So that's where having both is really fun. Thanks for the advice. Greetings from South Africa. Looking forward to the new vids. Me too. Take your time. Don't get burnt out. We need you to be around. Don't worry. It's just, I'm with you. Trust. It's just as annoying for me not to make a video as it is, it's like I like making videos. I have a good time making videos. So when I don't make them and then I sit there, I'm like, I didn't make a video today. Oh, this kind of sucks. So it's just as fun for me. But like I said, right now it's like I had the opportunity to run like a madman. So yeah, why not take it? Because if the girls are home, they're not going to let me run till 10:30 at night. They're going to freak out and be like, what are you doing? Why aren't you? So even though I'm just sitting there editing, it's the fact that I'm not in the room kind of annoys them. So we want to make sure that we're there for that. What are you digging for?
I'm hungry.
Okay. Curious, why do some car manufacturers make some speakers out of phase like tweeters? Well, okay, so we kind of talked about this last week in... Which show was that?
Which one?
When we were talking about phasing. All right, what it comes down to is there's 2 reasons why you do it. There's probably more than 2 reasons, but there's 2 specific reasons why you do it. One has to do with your crossover slope. So if you're doing a 12 dB crossover slope between the mid-range and the tweeter, and you have them both crossed over at the same frequency, so let's say you have it 3500 up, 3500 down. What you're going to get at, what's going to happen at that crossover slope is you're going to get a phasing problem at that frequency that can cause it to go down 3 dB. So when you flip the tweeter 180 degrees out of phase with the mid-range, it levels that back out to flat, okay? Almost flat. Yeah. Sometimes you actually get a little bump right there, which is okay because you can EQ that out. But think about trying to gain up 3 dBs. That's a lot of power, and that's a lot of heat. Better to pull down than to have to pull up. The other...
Okay.
Anyways, sicko. What are you doing?
I'm making my 5-star pumpkin, man. Look at that.
The other reason why you do it is you'll take one speaker and put it out of phase with everything else is that adds spaciousness. So typically it's going to be like the passenger dash speaker is going to be 180 degrees out of phase with all the other speakers. And that is going to give you the illusion of like a fake center channel. It's kind of weird. It adds spaciousness and stuff like that. And then, of course, you add in all-pass filters on top of that, which is a filter that is, you pick a specific group of frequencies, and then you flip just those frequencies 180 degrees out of phase with the rest of the speakers. Now, where that can be fun is when you're doing a polarity test, and the all-pass filter's at the same frequency as the polarity test, it will pop backwards. And if you want to see and have a really good time with that, pick up any JBL system because the all-pass filter can be adjusted by volume. And so volume low, all the speakers are in polarity. Volume high, half the speakers are out of polarity. It's so much fun.
It's like magic.
All right. Maybe a podcast this week? Oh, that's a good idea. All right. Well, yeah, I like that, Bobby. Where do you usually find yourself sitting tweeters on passive crossovers like the Versus 360, 306s?
What?
So, okay, Morel is really nice in that they give you the FS for all their speakers on their website. So for the tweeter, just go find the tweeter's FS, and it'll say F little s, multiply that number by 2, and that'll give you a really good crossover point to start with. More cows than people. I'm a chicken guy, man. I'm a chicken guy. Thanks for your advice about DSP. Much appreciated. Treat yourself. Do you, boo. Trash picking. Why were you? Oh, you were looking for plastic? You were looking for a plate. Oh, today was pizza day.
For a plate and a bag.
Today was gun shop pizza day. Ooh, love that. What do you think about the PS 165 V1s from Focal? I don't remember which one those are. Pumpkin churros. No, you want to know pumpkin? Okay, so apparently I'm weird. We all know that. But so at Disney's Not So Scary Christmas holiday event, they were handing out. Am I out of them? Oh, crap. Hold on. They were handing out these Go Squeeze applesauce. It's a pumpkin spice applesauce. Apparently I'm the only one that liked them because I took all like 25, 30 of them home with me.
You are the only one.
I'm the only one. I don't care, man. I just eat it for the applesauce. Yeah, the pumpkin can make a good dash pod for some mids. Oh, like Steve Mead did that one year where he cut out all those speakers, pumpkins, and made pumpkin speakers. Those are pretty cool. You speak Spanish? I do not speak Spanish. Do you speak Spanish?
Sí.
And there's how he speaks Spanish.
No, sí. Claro.
What?
Oh, man, I'm from Mexico.
That doesn't mean you speak Spanish. It just means you're from Mexico. What's up, Fernando? Chicago in the house.
Chicago is in the house. What's going on,
Yum. That must be for the pumpkin spice. Who doesn't love pumpkin spice? What's up? Well, apparently what's up right now is Fernando's making a 5-star pumpkin. That's what's up. Man. So we got Claro Carbon. Mm-hmm. Carbon?
Oh, where?
Right there. Oh, canceled. Right there.
Claro Carbon. Okay, so it's like, yes, fucker. That's basically.
Thanks for cussing. Keeping it clean here. Miss the old school unboxings with half English, half Spanish.
We tried that.
We tried it,
We tried
and it
If
just
you go back and the
way
first
too
videos
much
that we
hate,
made,
man. Way too much hate. I enjoyed the heck out of that. We had a good time doing those. But you could pick up a little Spanish little by little. We actually went the other way with that. We're trying to make sure he's better at English, because that, to me, I'm old and I don't, my brain doesn't work bilingually at this point. I know a lot of people can do that, but I know myself at this point, it doesn't work that way. So to me, I take it as more of an assignment to help him, because I think that will be better for him and his family going forward. Although his wife speaks perfect English because she's not Spanish, so
She's American.
she's American. Either way, plus it just adds for the excitement between the two of us.
Exactly right.
Get CDs from Jeff yet? Nope, but we still have some to give away. We just haven't done it in a minute. Me time is good thing. Don't sweat it. Gotta get back to work. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Ninja 69Zs. No need to go to Knowledge Fest as long as you stay on.
What?
Oh. So
I like that one.
he's
I
not
like
gonna.
that one. Yeah,
So
yeah.
next year there's 4 Knowledge Fests. One in Florida, California, Indiana, and of course Dallas. Right now we have a sponsor for the Florida one already. We're gonna be hanging out with Otis and Hertz there. That'll be really fun. Need to do another private video. Oh yeah, well, that would be the podcast. All right, so. Yeah, but no, so the Knowledge Fest is going to be interesting this year. We got a lot of ideas as far as who we're hoping to work with, so hopefully that stuff. Right now, what I'm trying to do is stall most of these guys until after SEMA is over, because I know a lot of their attention is on SEMA. So I don't want our requests for that to get lost in the wash, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, not right now. It's not the right time.
So, but there are companies that are asking us, and it's like, yeah, we're asking a lot of companies. So, and we only need 4, and we've already got 1.
So,
Rack up those flyer miles. Exactly, dude. I love traveling. I love getting in a plane. I love going places. So next year is going to be a big year, hopefully,
for
flying.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder if I don't know. Anyways, so it's been a real busy week. For sure. So I know we've missed a couple days this week, and that's just because it has been a real busy week. Every day up until today has been a huge install.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them stayed the night.
Yeah.
2 of them stayed the night. One of them we got done on time, which was amazing because she drove from Orlando, so she didn't really have a choice.
But she was the smartest one.
She was the smartest one. It was funny. So the lady came in yesterday from Orlando, and she's been dying to have us do it. She's been a fan of the show for like 3 years, and she had a whole Pioneer system that she wanted to get, Z-Type, 5-channel, the 4500.
Yeah.
The only thing we didn't do Pioneer was the subwoofer. We went with a kicker subwoofer because I thought that would be better. She went with a 6.5 in the rack back because she doesn't like 6x9s. Love it. Don't get me wrong. I like 6x9s, but I love that she had an opinion on those because that showed that she's been doing a lot of investigation on it, and
She's been watching a lot of videos.
And watching a lot of videos, and this was like she's been waiting for 3 years to come here. She drove here, so she sat here all day, but she didn't sit here all day. We have a mall down the street with a movie theater. She hopped in an Uber and went and watched Maleficent. Guys don't do that. Guys just sit here all day and mope. She went to the mall and had a good time, went to lunch. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
What did you guys think of meeting Steve Meade this year? Fernando, you can answer that one.
What?
What did you think of meeting Steve Meade this year?
Oh, he's a cool guy, man. He's one of the coolest guys, talking, texting now and everything. It's
They're
really
buddies,
nice.
by the way.
Yeah.
Fernando and Steve hit it off.
Yeah, he's
Cool
guy.
Not that I didn't. I actually talked to him for about 3 hours one night.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those two keep in touch. It's cool.
It's good, man. He's an awesome guy.
He is really cool.
Yeah.
Getting to know him was definitely a high point for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's somebody like the rest of you guys that you've kind of like looked up to and just followed and watched, and to be able to meet these guys, like meeting Mark this year was really cool too.
Correct.
So I mean, in one fell swoop, we met Mark and we met Steve, and it was like Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so
you
that
get
was
it.
really nice. I mean, I talked to Derek at Old School every couple months. We chatted up for a couple minutes. So,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to finally get to talk to somebody. Any advice on RCA apart from oxygen-free copper? Do brand names make a lot of difference? All right, so go back and watch the John Catalano show on RCA. I think we call it like RCA Talk. It was from 2 weeks ago, where he goes into talking all about RCAs and what makes them different and why some cables are better than others. We still have the display up here where these are their X-type cables, and we talk about what makes RCAs better and why you want specific features. So go ahead and check that out. Any advice? Okay, how is Pride brand? I've never had any. I've never even seen it. I've seen pictures of the Pride stuff, but we've never actually worked with it to know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. Okay, let's keep going. I think that was it. I think we're good. Are we
That's
good?
it, yeah.
What time is it? Ooh.
It's time to.
Yeah,
Haley's
it is. Oh, no, I think that other... Yeah, anyways. All right, guys, we're going to let you go. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Friday. We hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you don't catch the show tomorrow, but if you do catch the show tomorrow, we will be talking about the VXI DSP and giving you guys the basic walkthrough on how to set one of those up. So if you're interested in something like that, you can definitely... Yeah, I was going to say, check out Steve. He's worked with the Pride stuff. But yeah, so check out tomorrow's show. And of course, we'll do the first half of the show. We'll talk about DSP, but we know that gets kind of long and boring. Second half of the show will be all Q&A. So we won't keep you guys in class for half hour in class, and then we can all go outside and play.
Hey, yay.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.